Hello everyone, Sunsun2, welcome to a redo mod overview of wireless networks. A mod that simply adds in the ability for you to use network nodes to pretty much send power from one point to the other, so an A to B sort of thing. So, I did do a video prior with testing using Tech Reborn or Astromine or Mechanics machines, and none of them are supported, so good to know, which I got info from the creator here, and obviously the old video is gone, because no need to keep it around with information that's not exactly, you know, showcasing much, or video not showcasing much. But just so you know, if you are using Tech Reborn, you're not really going to get anything. So I'll just show with the cables, and then I'll get to the stuff that does work, of course. So you can see here, doesn't connect at all, and doesn't connect at all. And you do want it to connect, or otherwise, obviously, it shows it's not doing anything. I can do the same with Astromine as well. If I can just get this up here. And where's the machine? Do this one, elite. There, that'll also work. And that's also not. But yeah. Besides that, obviously, I'll get to the parts that are obviously important of how this thing works. So when you have a network node here, obviously, you're going to want a entangled capacitor, which is made with basalt, eyes of ender, nether star, and you get two of these. And obviously you need, one for a node, and you do need two nodes. One for obviously having the access to the generators or whatever source of power, and the other one that the machines get access to. And obviously you can use this across dimensions, which now that I know how this works, I'll test in the nether as well, even though it is just a distance thing. But yeah, so you can create networks simply like so. I'm just going to name this one probably coal, and you can see there is a bunch of limits. So we've got the energy limit this network can receive per tick. You've got the energy limit this network can send per tick, and you've got the limit this network can store. I'm just going to go with like 100,000, probably 10,000. Not that I think much is going to change, but either way. So obviously if I only want that much to be sent through, I can per tick. If I want it to be that it receives versus sends. If I want to send more than I receive, depending on which is obviously suitable to the situation, and then obviously the limit of how much this can handle. If I only want so much to be there as a buffer, there's no, obviously, actually there is a bar there, so we'll find out. I don't know if that's part of the design or not, I think it probably is though. I've got multiple here, as you can tell, one that was for the solar panel, one that is not, so I'm obviously going to want to focus on the coal one. You can edit this to obviously change a bunch of values. You can also make the network public or private, so if you want it to be public, obviously everyone can access it. If you want it to be private, only you can access it. There's no, like, player ownership naming sort of thing that I know of, so if you wanted, like, your friends to access it, you'd have to have it on public, because there's no, like, create network, add users sort of thing. And obviously you can delete one if you want to. You simply just select this, and then you hold shift and then click again to delete it. So I'm just going to keep this one just in case for other purposes. And I'm just going to get rid of that machine there. So, now that we know how the networking part works, I've obviously got a generator that was filled, well, using coal, but is now filled with energy. And those cables have a bunch of power, and you can see that's there. So I'm going to do that from scratch, obviously, because it's a better showcase of it. And we'll just go with the solar panel, I guess. Why not? So it's on that network. That's generating power. That's on coal. That's on coal. If I put this down, nothing's happening. So you can't have them adjacent. You do have to have cables connect to it. As you can see, it just went up there. If I do this again, and we'll just do this here, you can see that it fills up immediately. Now, apparently there is support for modern industrialization as well. So I don't know if they use the same power system that is EU, so that's different compared to the, what's it here, LF or Flux, or Zuli Flux. So we'll test this as well. There's no connection there, so it says that. If I get a wrench, will that work? Industrialization here. Maybe, we'll see. Okay, so that's how those work. It's been asked to use these. So, I do this. Is that going to do anything? No, it is not. Forget what generators I have. Option up in modern industrialization, as it's been asked to have used it. Let's see, what power sources are there in this mod again? I think mostly multi-blocks, aren't they? Actually, that's a electric machine too, yes. Which I never got the full understanding of. I got the steam, but I didn't get the other much. Let's go a steam turbine, I think it was? Yeah, something like that. I don't know if I can use the one here. Per chance. No, do I have a chance to just put steam in here? Let's see. Do I need a tank? Creative, that'll do it. So this, that's gonna stick with that forever. Gonna want a pipe for fluids. Want that in there. We're gonna want that side and that side. And I know there's no gases in this. They're gonna fill up. Wrong connection type. That's going there. Gonna want that one, and then we're gonna want an item pipe. Sorry, power pipe, I mean. There is, it's into pipe, not cable. That's also why. There we go. So do this, and we'll do that, and we'll see what happens. There we go, so that does work. Oh, and the game crashed, so probably because of the amount of power going through and it broke the limit, or some other type of thing, so good to know. I'll just pop the sort of thing here, and I'll get this ready for posting it later. But yeah, pretty much I recommend using it with Industrial Revolution or Industrialization, and that should be fine. And obviously I'm just going to paste this crash report here. That's apparently struggling. It's weird. Okay. Try again. Control S. Or is haste been down? Possibly. Either way, definitely recommend using these two mods for your power. Other than that, if you can probably get some other thing working with Tech Reborn and Astromine, like by using these mods and converting the power, or making some compatible thing, that's probably the way to go. But other than that, just use Industrial Revolution, Modern Industrialization for this currently. Don't know if plans for Tech Reborn, Astromine, Mechanics, and others will be supported, but for the most part, these are the only ones that work right now. I'm just going to try and load... I'll let up a new world for that, and we'll test across a dimension. If you had like a lava pump or some other type of thing as it tries to present here. So yeah, I don't mind creating a new world though, but I'll be back when that is ready. Okay, and back. So, I've got a node set up here, I've got one back at the overworld, and as you can see I've just got the pump set up here, a tank here, a heat generator, which I sort of just set up immediately. That's obviously not connected to anything, I just put one lava bucket in, but if you had obviously a fluid cable or some other type of connection from some mods that do work, I always forget which you can for the heat one. But if you're able to get this obviously set up, then you can, and then eventually I can obviously have, because there's a fair amount of power here, get this cable to connect to there. You can see that's depleting. I've got a lava pump here, and then I'm going to go all the way back to the overworld real quick, and you can see, eventually once I get up here, through here, and you can see right on the other side of this portal, I've just got a network node and then a Lazuli flux container. Now the other thing before I end off is that it pretty much seems you have to have access to any of these sides. So for example, if I just place one down here, down there I meant, here, and apparently below as well is where the connections are. So on all 5 sides, you can have power sending, receiving, or obviously whatever else consideration of storage it can do. No line there, so that is just part of the design. But yeah, you have access to any of the 5 sides, and it has the connection there. You can see now that it'll join because you've selected a network. Without selecting a network, it's not going to do anything. And obviously you can just remove the cables and place them back down. It'll update accordingly to understand that this is its source of power it's getting something from. But yeah, you can obviously do it across dimensions, and you just need to have any of the 5 connections. A network set up, you can edit it to whatever you want, and yeah. The mods that I showed before obviously don't work, and the ones that do, the ones to definitely go with, at least probably for now. If things change, I don't know, but if they do, definitely I'll take a look at it. Or let you know. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.